James, welcome to the MACH 2020 show from MTDCNC. I hope you're very well. But before I talk to you about one new product that you was going to be launching at MACH 2020, just a quick thank you from MTDCNC. Renishaw was one of the first companies to actually jump into the ventilator challenge, and you guys have been supporting the nation. So, you know, across a couple of sites, even more. So big thank you from us. But I know we're missing MACH, but tell me a little bit about a product that you was going to be launching, which is down the path of tool setting, I understand.
Yes, that's right. So one of the products we were going to be looking at was the new NC4 Blue, which is a new evolution in laser tool setting on machine.
Now, I've seen a lot of engineers over the years, as you would imagine, being in the industry for nearly 30 years now, and I see a lot of different jobs, and I'd say, well, you know, do you not actually preset your tools? And a lot of the answers is no. But why do you think that engineers should be using a tool presetter?
Sure. So you know, obviously there's offline tool presetters and online tool presetters, and you know, it's really important to make sure that you know the length and size of your tools. But in my mind, there's three main advantages of setting the tools on the machine. I mean, like a science experiment, minimizing the number of variables is key, really. So measuring on the machine means you can measure a spinning tool, and you can take into account any run out of the tool, any spindle growth, and any thermal factors. Awareness of tool misload is really key as well. Have you put the right tool in the right pocket? So you can check that by measuring it, making sure it's the right approximate length and diameter, and also detection of broken tools in cycle. So you can then implement sister tooling and things like that. So those are the three main points, really.
Yeah, as I say, it's quite interesting. Obviously, at Renishaw are opting for a laser product, non-contact, where you've got other products in the marketplace which are not. But now the NC4 Blue, obviously, I've seen some of your products, and you're using a different coloured laser. Why is this?
Yeah, so the NC4 Blue has got a blue laser light source. And that means that it's a much shorter wavelength than the red. It's close to the edge of the visible light spectrum, and it brings various benefits over traditional red laser. So mainly, it can allow more accurate detection of small tools and sharp edges or points. So we can successfully accurately measure tools as small as 0.03 of a millimeter. Also, it has the benefit of unparalleled tool-to-tool accuracy as well. So across all tool sizes and types. This minimizes tool mismatch when you're machining, and that's important when you're 5-axis machining or mold and die industry. And we've proven this with various leading machine tool builders in Japan and Germany, and they've been suitably impressed with it. So that's a really important, you know, sanity thing for us. It also minimizes those differences between offline presetters and online that we talked about. You know, that extra accuracy comes into place there, and it's very effective in wet conditions as well with a new tool setting mode.
Now, obviously, engineers obviously like their speed, but you know, how difficult are these to actually program, James?
They're really easy, actually. We've tried to make it as easy as possible. We've got a few new methods of programming these systems. So we've got a new handy iOS and Android mobile app that helps you program it via inputting data into various fields, and then it gives you the G-code command that you need to type into your control. We also have a new intuitive conversational on-machine app, and that can be installed on Windows-based controls, or if it's not a Windows-based control, a Windows-based tablet that's connected to the control, and that needs very, very minimal training. The old traditional methods of programming obviously still work, and we have a dedicated NC4 reference mobile app for iOS and Android, and that can assist with configuration, maintenance, and any troubleshooting of the system. So that's really handy as well.
Now, when you talk about exporting the data as well, I know you guys are very strong with Industry 4. You know, how does Renishaw actually cope with that for the customer?
Yeah, so Industry 4 is a huge topic these days, as we all know, and various levels of understanding of what it actually means. But from my perspective, in most cases, it means gathering of data and connectivity of devices to have a central location for this data. And in manufacturing, measurement and metrology data is really important. So where I mentioned there was an on-machine programming app for Windows-based controls, there is a complementary app that goes with that called Renishaw Reporter, and that collates any measurement data from the machine, probing data or tool setting data, and it allows you to see any trends and historical data for previous jobs or batches. That can then be outputted with a measurement report, a CSV file, or even via live streaming connection through MT Connect. So that's really is truly Industry 4, really.
And finally, James, we know that Renishaw are very much as innovators of solutions into the engineering sector. But, you know, where is Renishaw at the moment? Are you open for business, new and also supporting your existing customers?
Of course, yes, we are open for business. We've tried to maintain that as much as possible. I mean, our sales and our support and our applications teams are all still working, albeit from their base of home rather than base of the office. But we're still going out there. We're still doing customer installations. We're limited on what we can do in terms of training because it's a little bit one-on-one. But we have got ways around that. Our manufacturing sites are still open, making lots of ventilator parts as well as parts for ourselves. So yeah, so we're still functioning as best we can in this current climate, which is really important for all of us manufacturers, really.
Yeah, it's great to see the UK engineering force really sort of get together and actually support the nation, really. But it's been a pleasure talking to you, James. I'm sure we're going to see lots of different new products coming from Renishaw. But thanks very much for joining us on the MACH 2020 MTD CNC show.
No problem at all. Thanks very much, Mark. Cheers.